Well, in the 2 days since the Job Keeper Subsidy was announced, more than 452,000 Australian businesses have registered, but many of those employers are still not clear about what the plan actually entails. For more on this, I'm joined by Ed Mallett from Employsure. Ed, you consult with more than 27,000 businesses. That's a lot, and in recent days you've been bombarded with calls. What is the number one concern from employers?
Hi, Melissa. So it's certainly in the last couple of days, the main concern has been the new Job Keeper scheme, and in particular how it is that businesses get the funding from the government and when that will be.
So just the way it will unfold, is that what the uncertainty is?
Basically that's some of the details. I think the principal issue though at the moment is that this isn't yet anything but a proposal. It needs to go through Parliament to be legislated, which we anticipate happening over the next 10 days or so. And hopefully after that we'll get a clearer idea of the detail. But we're certainly urging employers at this stage to be cautious, not to make commitments to their employees that they don't yet know that they'll be able to keep.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, because it's a pretty tough call in uncertain times, isn't it? Many can't commit to keeping jobs open to their staff. What's your view on it?
That's the reality at the moment. We don't want this to create some sense of false hope, only to find out that the details mean that it doesn't suit particular businesses. So we're expressing caution at the moment. We're saying to companies not to make those promises to their employees. And equally, employees shouldn't see this as some sort of job guarantee scheme. Until we see some greater details, we need to pause and wait.
But you say we've got to wait till it goes to Parliament. Do you think it'll come through? I mean, people need some hope. They need to know that they're going to get through this somehow and be able to pay bills.
It's certainly great to see some movement from the government on this, starting to do things that we've seen in other countries as well. It's similar certainly to those countries, arguably better actually in Australia if it does pass through the legislation. And hopefully once we see those details, that hope will actually transpire into real action for small business and for employees.
Oh, I hope. Fair Work has just announced it's planning on introducing pandemic leave. What will this mean for workers?
They have. That's hot off the press this evening. So again, just to be clear on that, that's not a law at this stage. It's a suggestion that there is going to be this new thing called pandemic leave for some workers and not for all. It's a special type of unpaid leave that they're announcing to fill a gap that they see at the moment, and that gap is where the government's requiring you to self-isolate, even though you might not be feeling sick and therefore unfit for work. And in that case, there is going to be this new form of leave to protect workers.
Bearing in mind all of these are still suggestions, as you've said, they haven't actually yet passed. What's your view? Do you think we're going down the right path, and are there any gaps left that need filling?
Certainly I think best efforts are being made at the moment. It's great to see the government come to the table, particularly on this wage subsidy. I certainly got a sense of relief from our clients in the thousands of calls that we're receiving a day from small businesses. They're getting a sense that the government's doing what it can at this stage to help them out, and hopefully that transpires into real action over the next few days.
Absolutely. We all hope that too. Ed, thanks very much for your time this evening.